Thank you guys for the patience with Telegram and everything. We have Shibasso Coin joining us here today. Love the branding on this one. So they are on Solana just in terms of the chain, but the branding in terms of the first thing that came to mind, I saw the picture, I saw the hat. I was like, man, it's Shiba Inu and Picasso together. And as you heard Shibasso mention, they're looking to paint the entire space. I love the community focus, the approachability that these guys have behind their branding. And kind of like as their slogan says, right? He paints memes. Where'd it go? Yeah, he paints memes, he makes friends, he wears a blue hat, and he's even got his own coin. And you guys have painted a number of different communities around the space so far. I even made a little joke, in my initial post. I wonder if you could wear a red hat because I know Caesar's been really supporting the community over at Red. And I'm going to connect the two of you guys to chat a little bit more about that because I think you guys would be a great combination, for a
Yeah,
space or
man.
something in the future. So yeah, Shibasso coin, love the branding, love the approachability. 11 days old, still a great volume on Sol, 1.5 million over the last 24 hours. And yeah, I know that I'm excited to have you here, only your second AMA, so still super early in the growth and the origins of what you're trying to build. So if you could go ahead and introduce everybody here at Caesars to yourself and a little bit more about, Shibasso as a community, that would be much appreciated.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. So yeah, my name's Jimmy. I created Shibasso 11 days ago. Well, that's when we launched it. So the whole thing with Shibasso is the idea behind Shibasso is that he is a cross between a Shiba Inu and Picasso, and he's a creator. So we're pretty much just trying to just spread positivity through memes, through art, throughout all of the communities, and get recognized as just one of those positive things that's in the space, because I see all of these meme coins coming through, and some of them are getting pretty nasty. And we just really want to just be a positive light in the scene. It's my first meme coin that I ever made. I actually originally was making a coin that was going to be about my cat, Remy, and I was like making this website and stuff, and then a few friends were like, "Yeah, I don't know how well that's going to do because I think you're the only one who loves Remy. Nobody knows who Remy is." So then from there, I had to sort of like reevaluate, and then I came up with the idea Shibasso, which I thought was really cool. And then the website started off pretty rough, pretty bad, and then we just slowly worked on it. I got input from friends and all that, and then I think we've turned out into something that's really cool, and it's just the beginning.
Again, I think, with you telling us a little bit about your background, being a bit newer to the space, it makes sense. We have seen, cat or pet narratives take off even from influencers and stuff, but a lot of these people have like hundreds of thousands or millions of followers, right? So, they kind of are able to cultivate a community and already have. So, I love the um kind of the spin. The cat narrative is pretty hot right now, but I think what you're doing, with this is different, right? And I'm always kind of looking for that outside the box thinker, a different feel and a different style, but you still have the approachability, right? Like, with Shiba Inu, the largest meme still today. I mean,
Yeah,
they've built up an impressive network on Shibarium, and then you have Picasso, right? I mean, if you don't know the
Picasso's
story of
pretty big.
Picasso, cutting off his, we could get into some
Yeah,
of that and what inspired you, but like it's very it connects with a lot of people, and it brings me to think with potentially the next bull run coming into play and what we saw with the last bull run and the NFT hype. Well, if you guys can establish yourself as a brand, well, potentially you could branch out a little bit into the NFT side of things with your art inspiration. There's a lot of potential, right? So yeah, definitely I like that you pivoted and it has a little bit of a larger base that you're able to connect with out of the bat for sure.
yeah. I think we're really focusing on community. So that's really what we're trying to build. Like, I really encourage with our admins in the chat. We've got like 13 admins. I encourage them. I'm like, guys, don't talk about price. Don't tell people to buy and all that stuff. All we're trying to do is we're trying to make friends. So one of Shibasso's goal is to just keep painting the world until he has billions of friends, and he's going to keep doing that. And that's what matters. And we hit an all-time high in friends every single day. And that's just sort of, that's one of our goals, is to just constantly make friends, constantly expand the community. We host like community competitions and stuff like that. And the community is growing massively. Like we're on day 11, we already have about 2,200 members in the community. And sorry, in the Telegram. Our Twitter's got over 2,000 followers, and these numbers are going up pretty fast. And everyone's super supportive, super loving, and yeah, it's quite beautiful to see. Actually, I get all these messages from people who are like, "Wow, this is so refreshing. We love to see this."
And you know, your community numbers are looking pretty good. I haven't jumped into the Telegram yet myself, but the engagement you guys get on your different posts on Twitter has been really solid. I think you guys have about 140 posts so far out there on Twitter. So yeah, really good. You know, some of them have garnered almost 20,000 views so far. So pretty cool stuff. And it seems like you're getting some embrace, you know, within that Shiba Inu community. Now, question to you, with kind of the inspiration and the Shiba centric branding a little bit here. Did you give any thought to launching on Shibarium, or like why Solana as a chain?
I did not. I don't even know what Shibarium is, to be honest. What is Shibarium?
Shibarium's I mean, the volume isn't there, so I can understand like a lot of projects kind of haven't gone there, but Shibarium is essentially like the layer two that they've built up within like the Shiba Inu ecosystem. It runs the gas token essentially paired to this chain is Bone, which is one of the, you know, one of the
Oh,
tokens within that ecosystem. So yeah, it's one where a lot of the Shiba Inu holders um have kind of been waiting for the utility. Now they did a big release last year. I can't lie, it was very underwhelming. So, you know, it did hurt a lot of the hype that they had built up. They're slowly working to get volume back over there. But yeah, no, I mean, I would have expected just the volume specifically was an inspiration for you guys from a Solana perspective, lower fees versus Ethereum. So, you know, maybe first time deployer, it's a little less
exactly.
costly to deploy. I can definitely understand that. But as you guys grow, it may be a chain that you look to reach out to. Definitely, you know, maybe do a bit more research on it there, connect. But yeah, that Shiba Inu community is, you know, very embedded within Shibarium. So it could be
Definitely,
an
yeah.
option for you guys in the future.
That's something we'll look into. So, can you bridge between Solana to Shibarium as well? Oh, you can. Yeah, I'm just looking at it right now. Actually, yeah, we'll look into that for sure.
Yeah, there's
I
definitely, I'm
mean,
sure they've thought of all the different tools over there. I haven't done it personally,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
I would guess it's available.
Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, we're hoping to bridge over to multiple blockchains. That will be the goal, for sure. So we'll get on
Like a
Ethereum
multi-chain
and all
in the
that.
future, and then you know,
Definitely, yeah.
understanding how to kind of scale out your liquidity pools as you go multi-chain will be important. But like you said, as you kind of stay in the space and get more connections, like, you'll definitely be able to have people who can help you understand and work through the dynamics of that to, you know, ensure not too
Yeah,
much
yeah, definitely.
arbitrage exists and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then in regards to the NFTs that you mentioned as well, I mean, there's definitely great potential for that, seeing as Shibasso is he's a painter, he's a creator. Um, and I've talked to some friends who are quite big in the NFT space, but we're not wanting to like overpromise anything for the time being. So I'm not saying we are doing that right now, but it'll probably come down to like a community vote, I think, which I feel like people would vote for it anyway. But yeah, Shibasso could definitely create some masterpieces, I feel.
In terms of the, like, when you guys are engaging with different communities, is it done from a internal like community decision? Like, now are you guys putting out a poll in your community, like who do you guys want to see us paint next, or is it more of a an external suggestions thing? Like if you drop a painting on your Twitter or a post on your Twitter, and a community rates you guys really hard, is that who you decide to go with for your next you know, community drawing, or how does that process work?
I'd s- uh, I'd say like half of it is just me reaching out and looking for people, and then the other half would be the community being like, "Hey, this person's just posted, this person's live. Let's go raid them. Let's go say hello. Let's go tell them we love them and whatever. Grab some attention." So yeah, it's sort of a mix between me and the community, just sort of wanting to spread the word, paint some memes.
Yeah, and again, like some of the posts you guys have put up have gotten some good attention and some good engagement, depending on the community that's being painted, right? So, um, taking that further from like a rating perspective, because I know like community rage and old school raids is a big part of like the cross engagement that you guys can get with that. Like what are some of the initiatives, like maybe some of your admins or community members are leading for like raids? Are you using any tools in the community to help support, your raids and whatnot?
Yeah. So we the admins that they help with the raids as well. They all lock the chat and stuff. I personally have been doing a lot of raiding too over the last few days, where I'll just constantly be over Twitter, just posting on everybody's statuses, say something relevant to Shibasso, saying that we're spreading positivity, love, memes, and all that, and then I'll pin that in our chat, and then our whole community will start reading it, which has been a great way to get some adoption through Twitter because we've got lots of marketing going on. We've got ad campaigns running. We've got so to begin with, we got lots of calls from people, and we got lots of ad campaigns and trending and all that, which was awesome to get some initial eyes on the project. And then now we're sort of we're branching out into really being active on Twitter, which seems to be huge for gaining attention from a lot of people, sort of more organically rather than through advertising means. And so yeah, so I'm being very active in that sense, and also so is the community. And they're always like, "Hey, this person posted. Let's go read them," because it's a very effective way to get your name out there.
And like especially because like your art's kind of like it's like your branding as a name is clever, and like the way you guys are just going like about it like very open, um like people will be much more likely just to approach you. Now it's beginning the process of, like, we'll call it courting in this sense, right? Because you're kind of courting other
Right.
communities with your artwork, and that process
Yeah.
often takes a little bit of time, but like it's a much warmer first step for you guys and how you're able to do it. And I really kind of I like it. Like I like the vibe. I like the way that you're branding out the name. The character is memeable, it's relatable. It kind of goes, with the Picasso arm of it, into the art world. Now, what are you guys doing from a, speaking of art, speaking like, museums, archives, what are you doing to make like a Shibasso museum or a Shibasso like display
Like
where
a
you have all
gallery.
the different, yeah, exactly, where you have the different paintings highlighted? Or do you have like maybe a file, a medium where people can go in and access the different communities that have been painted and showcased? Like that type of thing is really, I think, really connects with people, and it starts to
Yeah.
play into more of the lore that you're building up from like the artistic side with the Picasso heritage.
Yeah, so I mean, on our Instagram, we have all of the posts which Shibasso has made on the personal Twitter. So there's a big gallery there of all the actual just Shibasso posts. But then that's a good idea for these posts, these like customized posts we're doing for other big people in the space that they because they're not posted on the main Twitter, they haven't been posted on the Instagram. But yeah, we'll definitely create a gallery. I think it would be good to add a gallery to the website too. The website's always expanding. We're looking on adding more pages for more community events, competitions and stuff. And yeah, a gallery. That's a great idea.
That would be pretty cool. And do you guys have any percentage or any amount of supply set aside for like community engagement, community events? Because what you could do is once you have like a gallery or something certified, you could start to get a community section going and have your favorite community works in there, and then maybe have them voted on. And then the winner gets a small, nothing crazy, but like a small amount of
Ah,
Shibasso or
so
something.
so for the first 7 days of Shibasso, we did a community competition where people would submit their own Shibasso related memes and content that they created. So every day we were giving away like about 1.3 Solana in total to the top 3 winners. And yeah, these memes are coming in from the community, and there was some amazing content. And they are they're tracked on the posts which we announce on Twitter for like day 1, day 2, day 3, and people would comment their submissions below it. But yeah, it would be cool to keep them in a gallery. One of the days
Yeah,
we
right.
even did real life creations, and so a lot of people do
Oh,
like paintings
that's
and
pretty cool.
drawings and yeah, and like
Did
figurines and stuff.
anybody dress their dog up in a hat and like sit them on a what's it, like a stool painting at a canvas or anything like that? That
No,
would have
no,
definitely
no.
been my top choice.
That would have been a winner, yeah. And then we did the voting through the community. We did a few different voting methods through. The first day was through Telegram, created a poll because there was about like we were able to do that because you can only create 10 different options for a poll. And then day two there was like 30 entries and then so on, and it just became way too big for Telegram. So then we moved to straw poll, and then that got a bit manipulated, I think. And then yeah, the voting was a bit of an issue. So we ended up like picking our favorite ones and then creating smaller votes and stuff like that. But that was really cool for the community. And yeah, especially the ones that were created in real life. Some people really put some huge amounts of effort into creating their Shibasso related crafts.
Yeah, no, it's like that, definitely being able to go back maybe with an admin or somebody and centralize them or store them in a gallery. It's good because it shows the type of community and engagement you guys are getting. And as we've seen with these types of projects, that community support, community push is really um, important, not only for when new people come in, but also for getting eyes from different KOLs and different, influential people around the space. So
Yeah, yeah. We're actually, now that the 7 days of community memes has finished, we've just started a new competition. I don't know if you saw that, which is going to be a crack the code over the next 12 days. And for we're giving away $1,000 in Solana to anybody who's in our Telegram. And each day for the next 12 days, we're going to release a riddle. And the answer to each riddle, they'll all combine to create a recovery phrase for a Solana wallet with $1,000 in it. So that's a nice little bit of encouragement to keep people engaged in the community and get people to join the Telegram. Yeah, so if anyone wants to win $1,000, they just need to crack 12 riddles. And it's all theirs. We'll release one riddle every day. And
yeah,
we released the first one
and you
in
said
about
it's
2 hours.
in your channel in Telegram.
Yeah, in our Telegram, I'll pin every
Okay, let
riddle for the
me.
next 12 days. We were going to make it cost $50 in Shibasso tokens to enter, and then we were going to burn the tokens, but I think it's better just to give it away to the community. No entry fee. Are you finding that post on Twitter?
Yeah, sorry, I was just dropping my own little competition for the people who are listening live here in the
Oh, yeah, sweet.
in the comments section. So I just had to type it out there. Nothing crazy. Cool. Yeah. Just jump into the Shibasso community, guys, and get ready for that contest. But also just, it's once I think you see the community, you see the vibe, people kind of contributing content and their approach. It's pretty cool. Like I really like their engagement on Twitter. I'm gonna be jumping in tonight and hanging out with them a little bit in Telegram. So I recommend everybody else do the same. For anybody who does, post your screenshot that you joined, and I'm gonna get Vlad to do one of our random prizes just for that.
Nice.
But yeah, no, I didn't want
Yeah.
to take too much time. I just kind of my computer's so slow, so it took a little bit longer than I wanted to pull everything. My apologies for that. Next thing I wanted to go into with you is like again, you guys are 11 days old. Chart's been holding up well. Your volume's quite impressive. I can't lie, especially for the fact that this week hasn't been, the best start,
Yeah.
compared to some others in the overall markets. So you guys are doing pretty well. Volume is solid. Like what have you found has been effective? And this is a question more so kind of to your experience and you learning as a new founder within the space. What's really been working for you guys? What hasn't? What are some of the things that people can expect maybe more of in the weeks to come?
Yeah. So I think from day one, yeah, it was a learning process because I had never done this before and I didn't know anyone. So from day one, we already created quite a tight community of people who just joined by chance, and then they really liked the project and then became passionate, and they sort of helped become my advisors because they were, to begin with, they were more experienced in the space. So then they were like telling me about all these callers and stuff. I had this amazing admin in the chat who knew which callers were legit because obviously I get DM'd by like 1,000 people every single day who are like, hey, want me to call you in my channel, and it's just like some botted channel. So yeah, so through that, I think getting calls from big influencers, that was great to get some eyes on us to begin with. Even if people don't invest at the time, which is fine, it's just nice to get a bit of like awareness. And then like people soon realize when their project's a little bit older or whatever that, oh, this is actually something that's here to stay. So that was great for getting eyes on us. We'd pay for trending all over Moon Talk, D-Trend, Safeguard. We had ads running. We still have ads running. We get them on Deck Screener, Moon Talk. I've got ads going on Reddit, just coming live. I got some ads on Instagram. So just yeah, all sorts of ads, calls, and trending and all that was great to get eyes on the project. And then now I'm thinking, oh, and also listings. We listed on Bitmart because that's always a good thing to get some listings going on. We're in talks with other exchanges too, but yeah, I don't know about Bitmart. Bitmart wasn't the best idea, but that's okay. But I think now we've got some more eyes on the project. I think we're going for more of the engagement process for the time being, just to sort of like show people that we are hardworking. We're here to stay. We're building a community. We're going to keep marketing. We'll keep doing advertising. We'll keep doing trending and all that stuff. But we're really going to go for more community approaches and sort of more like wholesome approaches now that we're getting more established. If that answers your question.
No, it does, and yeah, some of those exchanges and whatnot in the early days can be tough, right? Like depending on what they're asking for, often they want a decent chunk of supply, or yeah, it's just it can become tough. Like the ROI in the early days is likely not going to be there. But you know what? It's always important. You got to try some of those things, and you know, like you said, sometimes the community requests certain things, and you try to go those routes, and it doesn't work out. And it's a good process. I think, you know, I've seen enough one marketing, you know, in different chats to know that I'd rather just have a dev who's out there trying, um, you know, than just
Yeah,
wait it, right? So I
I think
respect you getting out there and kind of seeing what works.
yeah, I mean yeah. So yeah, to begin with, it was like a lot of the paid advertising, getting your name out there through paid channels, which was yeah, like I said before, it was really good for getting our name, just so people have seen the name before. But then like I also love just grinding and working and spreading stuff. So I think we're branching more into that now. I'm completely happy. I like our marketing fund. Our marketing budget is quite high. I'm covering everything. I pay for everything, and it's fine. You know, it's not an issue. But I'm really excited to just also get a lot of publicity through just grinding as well. You know, you can only pay so much, get attention on you so much, and then I think you've just got to do the work, and we're gonna do it, and it's fun anyway. Spreading
Yeah, it
memes,
is. I mean,
painting.
like that's yeah, these communities are a lot of fun to hang out with. I mean, personally, I can't lie. Once I don't join as often because I kind of get sucked in to the vibes and the fun when I'm in there, right? So it's gonna be yeah, I think it's gonna
Distracting.
be fun. Yeah, it's gonna be fun for you guys. I did want to actually ask, as well, like, you know, what are you doing like on the Soul trending stuff? Is it all through like the main sources, or are you guys utilizing some like more like organic stuff? Like I have a couple of contacts I may be able to connect you with who run like smaller trending services on Soul. But they get pretty good reach, pretty good organic, you know, volume, like 2K subs within the channels, and you know, happy to make those connections, and you know,
Yeah, I mean,
after we're done.
yeah, I mean that could be helpful. Yeah, I mean as far as the trending goes, I've just done that through the D.Trend, the Safeguard, the Moon Talk. I get DM'd by like 1,000 people every day who are all just scammers, so I sort of need to filter through them. I do have people. I think I was in touch with somebody just before I went to bed last night who was another one of these people who offers me all these training services and stuff, but he said he'd do it for free, and so on. But yeah, some more contacts could be good. We trend as well through just volume and all that, which helps. But yeah, that could be really helpful if you knew some people. That's what's really helping throughout this whole journey is just meeting new people who can be helpful, who have done this before. You know, it's a learning process, and I'm feeling like the first few days I'd say were a lot more stressful, even though like the first week I'd say, even if you were to look at the price today, let's say, and it is down a little bit, I'm more confident now than I have been before, just because I'm more settled into it. The community's stronger than ever. I think the crypto market in general has been a bit rough the last few days, but yeah, we've learned so much, and we're just going to keep doing it.
That's awesome. In terms of the roadmap, I know you guys do have some pretty unique items that you've kind of outlined. One of the things I did want to ask about, sorry, I've been a little bit sick earlier today. The tipping side. So for content creators, now, are you looking to partner with an existing? Because I know there's some pretty good tip bots that are out there. Now, are you looking to maybe create your own? Yeah, I was just really curious on that and giving back to support content creators. I think that's a really cool selling feature you could push.
Yeah, I think exactly. I think it definitely sort of fits the genre for creators, as Shibasso is a creator. So yeah, we're definitely leaning into that aspect of where Shibasso should be used and could be integrated for tipping services. And I've reached out. I'm every day I'm sending lots and lots of emails to YouTubers, Instagram people, Twitch, Kick, all these streamers to see if they want to get involved. And lots of people are emailing back. We're creating new partnerships every day. But yeah, especially in that streaming community too. It'd be great to get more involved in that.
And I'm getting some interesting little posts and comments here. I like seems like people like the branding a lot. Now, one of the things I was curious about, I just wanted a little bit more clarification. Again, it's something off the website that I picked up when I first kind of checked it out doing my write-up, and I definitely didn't want to miss it in the AMA.
Yeah.
It talks about the redemption of Shibasso coins. So if you send them to a friend's Solana wallet, your friendship will be upgraded and now you'll be best friends. So like, is this a way that you guys are trying to, in the way that like Shiba Inu airdrop, like Vitalik and stuff supply? Are you trying to incentivize your community members to maybe airdrop their Shibasso to other Solana wallets on the network and they get some kind of benefit or perk for doing so? Like, I was just looking for a little bit of clarification on that because it's definitely a unique or interesting idea.
Yeah, so I mean that's the idea behind it, is like if you wanna upgrade your friendship, send them some Shibasso. But I actually said in the community that's a bit of a meme, and that was actually required by Bitmart. They needed a use case. So because we're a meme coin for the time being. At the moment, we have no function right now, and Bitmart required some sort of utility. So and they were trying to get me to post some silly stuff. So I was like, okay, Shibasso coins can be used to upgrade your friendship. You send it to a friend, and it's going to make them happy.
Like that. And now within the I guess the upgrades, like, are you going to be like, what kind of features or like perks would you get? Would it be like community badges? Would it be like, as you maybe scale out some utilities, uh there's like a reward pool that comes into play? Because I know you're zero tax, so just trying to figure out like how some of this may be funded or how you generate, some rewards or some pools to use to keep pushing the
Yeah,
community.
yeah. So we have talked about creating sort of badges for the holders, and yeah, and also for the donators too. Sort of like a bit of a leaderboards going on. But that was all just sort of like a fun idea for the time being.
No, I like it. I mean, it's kind of outside the box, and you need uh kind of activities to bring eyes on your project in the early stages. So
Yeah, I mean we're constantly hosting competitions. So
yeah,
yeah, I'd say we
competitions,
we will
engagement,
do
content creation, and then as you get out there and get more active on spaces and people see like the positive vibes that you're trying to spread, I mean, it's contagious, right? You know, that old saying, positivity is contagious. It's true. I try and tell Caesar that, but he likes to go the more negative route sometimes. So I'm like, hey, bro, you do you.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
do you over there. I'll kind of do my side, and then you got yours. But yeah,
yeah.
I always tease him just because we've been friends for so long. So
Yeah, I mean, so like one of the big parts with Shibasso is the fact that he's just trying to make the whole world his friend, and so that really helps with the community with spreading Shibasso to their friends too. So like, yeah, every day we're hitting an all-time high in friends, and then we're gonna have billions. Anytime anybody talks about price, I just talk about friends, and yeah, we just keep pushing that's our narrative, is to get everybody involved, keep painting. It's a big community project.
DMing Caesar, I just told him that yeah, you guys should reconnect because I know you did bulk of your conversation with Will. So I told him that like I'll make sure
Yeah,
that
does he normally host these, or is it always you?
yeah, no, so it's always me for the AMAs, but he's been because he's gotten more involved with another project on Solana and he's been running a lot of like spaces just in general with different soul-based communities because like their approach is very much like friendship first too, kind of over there. So yeah, I think it
Right.
could be a good fit. I'd love to have you maybe jump into a space with him in the future. And he's been around for almost 3 years now, so he definitely has a lot of connections. If you're looking for some of that aspect, he's definitely the guy you want to go to,
Yeah, man.
especially on like the more community and meme space. Like I always joke between the two of us, like, he's way more connected on that side. I kind of stick a little bit more on the utility side of things. And although I mean,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love a good meme and I love a good community, but I don't like the copy and paste narratives. And that's why I kind of think I like Shibasso a little bit more. Like there's only one other project that was Shiba based art that you remind me of. And I mean, I made them over a year ago and they're still running. So I think people do gravitate to this type of project and this type of creation. And if you show up and stay active as a dev, I think on Solana as a chain too, runtime is important. So you're only 11,
yeah.
12 days old right now. You crack that month mark. Well, you're going to get a whole different audience looking at you just because of the fact that you've been alive for a month. And if the chart can stay like fairly healthy, like that's where you can kind of see those breakouts happen. So yeah, man, it's really
Exactly. And
good
I think
stuff early on.
I think that's what we're trying to achieve too, is like a bit more maturity. Like, yeah, exactly. We're only 11 days old. We're just going to keep pushing, keep grinding, keep spreading the community, and then I think appreciation will come through. Like those first 2 weeks of a coin, there's a lot of like everybody's sort of unsure. What is this? Is it going to be here to stay? In Solana, the majority are all just rug pulls, pump and dumps, no effort put in, and stuff like that. So we're in those early stages of just really developing, maturing, and just showing people that we're here to stay. Shibasso, there's all these meme coins out there that are just some random things. I mean, they crack me up. They all crack me up. but yeah, we're not some. I don't know. Yeah, we're Shibasso. Something new, something positive.
Yeah, lots of connections I think we can make. And in terms of like, opening up a few doors, uh shit, I don't know, what's the time zone difference gonna be like on this?
Yeah,
What are you UTC?
yeah. So it's just coming up 11 a.m. here in New Zealand.
So 11 a.m. So okay, you know what? This will actually be perfect. So it's early. It's 6 p.m. for me, so you're about 7 hours later than I am personally. So
Earlier, 7 hours earlier.
yeah, that's good because the
Yeah,
space
yeah.
is Monday nights at 8 p.m. my time. So it'd be 2 hours from now, your time at 1 p.m. in the afternoon.
Yeah,
So that's kind of like prime time, actually. That's great.
it's
Sometimes
yeah,
the
yeah.
spaces actually work out in the favor for, our friends from Australia or New Zealand, but it's only like the nighttime ones. The daytimes are a nightmare. I've had guys have to
Right, right,
join
right.
at like 4 a.m. for the utility showcase. They're never happy about that, but
Yeah.
yeah, sweet. So yeah, Monday night we'll get you into meme culture, with Coin Merge, our partners over there. It's an awesome space geared towards like meme community projects, and Coin Merge actually is kind of aligned. I wouldn't say partnered. I don't think they ever officially partnered, but they're aligned with the Shibarium network actually, and a percentage of their LP has been redistributed to Bone. So yeah, definitely excited to bring you guys over there because they are deep within the Shiba community and have a lot of different people in that network. So it could be a great door to open for you. Um,
Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds awesome.
Sweet.
Spread the
No, in
Shibas.
terms of like what's next, like again, I know it's pretty, 11 days old. You guys are all about the contest creation. We talked about the contest that's running right now. You mentioned the one that just recently wrapped, compiling some of those memes, community content, and putting it into a gallery or an archive, and then being able to drive traffic there is something that we touched on. That will be really cool for you guys to work towards. I'm going to try and make some connections for you, within the space, as a first time dev, we want to make sure you have a good experience. And I always joke, you know what, I'd rather listen to somebody who is their first idea and watch them maybe struggle a little bit and try and help where I can than, a serial deployer who's launched 12 different narratives in the past 3 months, right? Every 2 weeks they drop something
Yeah,
new.
yeah.
That's not my cup of tea. So yeah, I'm all for, you know, kind of what's the best way to put it, going through the growing pains with you guys over there, and trying to see what I can do to help add some connections in your network.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, as far as what's next for Shibasso, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. We're gonna keep up these marketing campaigns too. Like, I'm definitely not done with partnering with all these YouTubers, influencers, and all that stuff. They'll keep coming. We're going to keep grinding, keep painting, keep spreading positivity until we also get some natural recognition, well, more natural recognition from people who aren't paid callers and stuff like that. We're going to integrate we're going to be just being a lot more active on social media. We're thinking we're going to create one of those avatar generators, which can so people can soon have Shibasso's signature blue beret in their profile pictures and a paintbrush too if they like. And yeah, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing as well. We're just getting started,
Well, yeah,
learning a lot.
that's another thing I wanted to ask you about, and I'm glad you mentioned that because that just got my juices flowing. Um, are you guys going to do any like live paint nights? That would be really cool, where the community connects via VC or something. And you guys all sit down, pick a specific topic and paint it. Maybe have a few drinks, maybe don't have a few drinks, whatever your poison is. But those are very popular, um,
Yeah,
in cities across the world, right? And it's kind of funny because the less artistic people, myself, I'm in that group. I suck. I'm not good at painting or drawing or anything. I had like one good drawing of a guitar back when I was in like grade 11, and I like was so proud of it. Yeah, I got it. Like, yeah, I was like so proud of it. But yeah, no, I'm not.
yeah.
I'm
I've
not
done
in the
I've done one of
talented
those
group,
too.
so
Yeah, yeah,
bringing the less talented artists together with like people who are really, really talented, some of those content creators in a fun, approachable, less judgy way. Like that is really cool. I mean, Caesar's tried to implement like a movie night with the community that he's been, helping. And I think something for
right.
you guys like a paint night would be sick because it's already a popular thing. And then you bring it to
Yeah,
crypto,
yeah,
like you can even get your girlfriends to come be like, hey babe, we got a paint night going on with, Shibasso tonight. You want to just paint the same thing with me? And she'd be like, what? And I bet you like, some of the, guys out there, girls out there listening, you'd be like, yeah, it actually does sound like a fun thing to do with your partner, but it's kind of crypto related. I mean, I know if I probably told
yeah,
my
yeah,
girlfriend like, hey, do you want to do a paint night with me? And she'd be like, what? Yeah, cool. I have
yeah. Of
one of her
course.
paintings hanging up in my office. Actually, she did with a paint night with her family one time.
Yeah, I've done a paint night as well. And you'll drink wine and you do painting. They're fun. It's yeah. My cousin actually hosts them, so I could always get her to host it too. She's probably a much better painter than I am. But it's yeah. You asked me if we had that planned. No, we didn't have that planned, but it's on the calendar now for some time in the future. I think that's a great idea for some
Let's
community
go.
engagement.
Yeah, that'd be
And
really
it's funny
cool.
you mentioned how like you'd tell your girlfriend, "Hey, you want to come paint Shibasso?" And I think that is another side of the crypto community we have and we are tapping into is the females too. Like I was reaching out to all these influencers and I got emails back from this huge YouTuber after I'd sent him a message. He was like, "Oh, my girlfriend." Oh, sorry. He said, "Oh, my wife loves Shibasso. She's a holder," which is quite cool to know that we're sort of our community is branching into that area too. I think a lot of the community in our Telegram will be women too.
Yeah. Well, this is the really cool thing about what you guys can do, because you already do it on Twitter. Like, you already paint other communities. This could be like your like golden ticket to actually now get them in, whether it's even, get the Shibasso community to raid, join other communities and do a paint night live with those other communities in their community. You could do them on Twitter Spaces, you could do them wherever. Like, it's, get people to post their paintings in the comments of the Twitter space. Best selections win a little bit of a prize, like, of the token community that you guys are painting. Like, there's so many cross exposure opportunities that you could get, which take what you're already doing on Twitter from a digital standpoint with the community engagement and put it into like that real live like events. So yeah, it's super cool. That would be really sick to see, what people thought and the effect it might have.
Yeah, man, definitely be spread throughout all the different communities. I mean, you can paint anything, so we could really join any community.
But yeah, you could literally Shibasso sponsors or something like that. You could like grow your brand synonymous to like that type of event. And then, I mean, like I said, people will pay a pretty penny in real life to go and attend those events. If there's a way to maybe digitally monetize it or entry or something in the future that benefits, people that come, because there's a chance to win prizes, but it also benefits you guys as an ecosystem, the partner tokens or communities that maybe participate. That, again, a lot of potential value, could be unlocked down that route in the
Yeah,
future. So
definitely. I mean, one thing we talked about too in the community was, well, our aim eventually is for Shibasso to be like a household name, somebody who's recognized in the crypto space as one of the big dogs, And we talk about like we want it to be normal when you walk down the street and you see somebody wearing a Shibasso t-shirt. So yeah, we've talked about merchandise and stuff like that, and we could do merchandise sales with a percentage of the profits going towards burning Shibasso tokens, which would help make it deflationary. I mean, there was some person who said they want to get a Shibasso tattoo.
I've
So we could
seen
also
that
open up a
happen.
tattoo
I've
studio.
seen that happen. I've seen that happen from seen projects, or people get projects tattooed like pre-launch, and I'm like, well, hope there's no CA issues on launch, bro. That's gonna be a rough VC.
Yeah, dedicated.
No, yeah, that's pretty interesting as well. Again, just like, you could definitely explore more on the digital art collection side via NFTs, even like revenue sharing via purchasing NFTs that have like a profit, uh, mechanism built into them, a revenue generated mechanism built in. That could be
Yeah,
interesting.
for sure.
Again, there's just a lot of different routes you could go from the art community, the NFT community, that just align with the branding, the Picasso side of what you're doing. And then, blockchain wise, any anyone in your community do any like blockchain wallet detective work to see or find if maybe any OG Shiba holders might be in? That would be a cool, like, because people love on-chain connections too. So if you could even
Yeah,
find a
yeah, yeah.
connection, something like that to push a narrative, definitely would bring good eyes to you as well.
Yeah, I know that we've been gaining lots of new followers on Twitter lately who are people who seem to be the Shiba OGs, the big Shiba supporters. So it's quite cool branching out into that community. We've only been like I've been very active on Twitter, posting on my profile every day, lots of times for the last 11 days. But it's only really been like the last 3 days that we've been sort of engaging with a lot of other people's posts, and just it's crazy how that's a very effective way for people to discover Shibasso. And through that, over the last 3 days, yeah, lots of the Shiba communities joining in, and just a lot of people in general. So I'm sure we're all going to team up, do some partnerships. That'd be fun. And it's quite a family-friendly crypto, I think, too. That's why we sort of think the idea of when you walk down the street and you see somebody wearing a Shibasso t-shirt, I think that's got quite the potential because he's Shibasso, you know? Nothing wrong with Shibasso. It's just a dog who paints memes.
Doug paints memes, makes friends. Where's a blue hat?
What more could you want?
Yeah, no, it's I like it. It's simple, it's memeable. But as we talked and talked about, there was some of those ideas and stuff I mentioned. Definitely got my juices flowing. And it's good because you kind of need the ability to step outside the box. It's not something you do right away, but like if the community keeps growing, if you keep seeing that traction, I think like once you have enough of a brand awareness built, you push something that people will connect to you. Because here's the thing with dropping stuff like that, you don't want it to be kind of co-opted or pivoted by somebody who has like 7 times the following, and all of a sudden they're just kind of trying to take credit that you push, right? I've had that happen personally myself. So you roll it out in time when you feel like it, you'll be able to not take the credit, but make sure that the positive reflection or positive, that comes out of that definitely goes back to
To
Shibasso. So yeah,
Shibasso. Yeah. The
yeah,
work that you put in.
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to just do all
A
that work and everyone
combination.
else benefits. I always say that's my one reason why I support one of our partners is like they give a platform and do so much to add value to so many projects and people and everybody in the space, but the value so rarely comes back to them. It's one of the reasons why I love working with them and I keep trying to do everything I can to change that. So yeah, I like
Yeah.
you want to have that benefit.
I like that. You sound like a very helpful dude, and it's nice to meet you.
I try to be. I've been a little. I'm slow. I'll say that I'm slow. And you ask
Yeah.
Caesar, he'll tell you I'm the same thing. I'm not the quickest, in my DMs, but when you got my ear when we're on, it's more so when we're on the call. I'm kind of an old school guy. I hate like DMs and texting and that kind of thing. I'd rather just like, you want to chat for 15 minutes? Let's jump on a call and vibe. I'm more like down for that. Because I feel like it's more personable and so much of crypto is
Yeah.
anonymous. This puts like voices and connects you to people that you can see behind the messages how genuine somebody speaks about their idea and what they're trying to build. And when you say a good idea to somebody who doesn't really give a shit because they're in it for the money, they're gonna be like, yeah, cool, man, like maybe. But like when you say something
Yeah.
like when you're
Yeah.
generally vibing with somebody and they like it, um like they'll be like, man, like that could be really cool because we could do this and that. And yeah, it's just like, again, I like that type of discussion. So
Definitely.
we've been on
Yeah. So this is.
a few
Yeah. What's
little
that?
side tangents. So I was going to say apologize, but definitely had a couple different ideas for this one. Very outside the box. Haven't had a project on like this in quite some time. Really geared towards the memeability of art and openness to other communities. So yeah, great work. We may have missed some stuff. So I always say, on the last like 5-10 minutes of the AMAs, I really kind of throw it back and defer to the teams. Any final calls to action, any missed points, anything that you would like, from our community in terms of engagement, support on any of your ongoing contests. We're going to announce that one winner to the, just joining up. And again, guys, make sure you're active throughout the next 12 days, just learning and participating, staying, within um Shibasso. So yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Crack that code. It's gonna be fun. And for people who missed that, we're hosting a competition for the next 12 days in our Telegram. It's free for everyone to enter, and we're giving away $1,000 in Solana. And we're doing that through every day we release a new riddle to the community. And the answer to each riddle over the next 12 days will combine to create a recovery phrase for a Solana wallet. That'll give you access to $1,000. So it's a fun little way for the community to either work together or not work together, but get a bit of engagement going, and then somebody can win $1,000. We also we host all sorts of competitions. There'll be more competitions hosted over the next week too.
No, I'm chatting with Caesar a little bit. I told him just to make sure if next time he does a space on Soul, just with other projects coming in and being part of it to make sure that you guys get included. I like your vibe. I'm sure he's gonna connect with you too.
Sweet. Yeah, that sounds good. We're
Yeah.
very early,
Uh,
so we've got a
yeah.
lot more to add to the
Super
project.
early,
I
man.
mean, we started off as a meme coin, and I think everything else is going to be added on through the next
That's that's the
few
way you
months.
do it. It's kind of how Shiba did
Brainstorm.
it. You build the community. You don't layer the utility in too early. You got to make sure you have the right level of support because as you've probably found out, if you're trying to push this thing on your own, it can become very tiresome, very, very costly. So you do really need that level of support to not only, from a monetary standpoint, but also from the people holding the token, pushing with you, rating with you. And I think once you establish the community, once you layer in additional value, that just keeps them more bullish and keeps like more people who are looking for, not just a meme, maybe in the future, then they'll start to come in because they see the community floor is very strong. So yeah, that's the right approach. You clearly understand, although it's your first token, you understand the right way to roll it out. But I've also heard a few times mentioning that, like, you're not rushing things, which I really respect. So yeah, really good,
Yeah,
man. Like, I know it was only your second AMA, but I like the brand. It's outside the box. You definitely got me peaked with a few of the things that we talked about, and we'll chat more for sure offline and, see how, as some of those events roll out, in the future, or, if you guys do decide to, do a live paint night, maybe we'll do a little like, post about it for Caesars. Maybe, hey, maybe we make an ape, the first character for paint night or something like that, where
you never know.
get the
Yeah, yeah,
Caesars community in there. So yeah, again, I just like it. You're a very approachable dude, which is, I think you need to be in this space, especially as a first time founder. You need to be open, but you need to just, warning to you, just because you seem like a really nice guy. Just be careful. Sometimes people will, talk to you, sell you a great story, but they're ultimately kind of trying to play the long game. So yeah, just be mindful. I've seen a lot of good people and a lot of good projects burned. I got burned today personally off something. So yeah, it happens to even veterans, man. So just make sure you're mindful of that. But you seem like a really nice guy, so I'm hoping people will get behind and try and help you out here.
yeah, yeah. Thanks. I think I'm pretty good. I'm learning fast. I'm quite good for picking up some fishy vibes and stuff. Definitely through the first week, it was a learning experience. Like, yeah, not everybody's out there trying to help you, but yeah, we've weeded through a lot of that, and we should be good. I think, yeah, we're gonna continue progressing, continue learning, continue making friends, networking, and all that. So yeah, it's exciting. I'm excited. Keen to work hard on it, make it happen. I'm sure it will.
Sorry, my girlfriend just popped in there. My dog's being annoying, I guess, because it's raining out and he hates the rain. He does. I tried to take him out earlier. He's not a big
Put him
fan, but
inside. Let him paint something.
yeah, exactly. I have to get him painted. He's a little schnoodle, schnauzer poodle.
I
Um,
might need to paint a meme of him.
yeah, he's a little guy. Kind of looks like Myro, actually, like the other meme, like just
Oh
like
yeah,
black, curly, poodle-ish type dog, just much smaller. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed the AMA. So in terms of what's next, with us, just a little bit slow on some of the engagement stuff. So I do apologize. I mentioned that the tweet. I know Will probably would have told you a tweet will come out. Um, I'll probably save it. I got a backlog calendar here, but I got about 5 different AMAs I got to get up tweets for now. And guys, I didn't forget about the baby and Astro X stuff. Again, I just took the whole weekend off, so I'll get that sorted too this week. But yeah, so tweet will go up with the AMA included once it's up on YouTube, and Sai's he's on fire this to start the week, so it'll probably be up tomorrow. And then once that goes live, I'll just drop you the tweet. You can kind of post that to your Twitter, so people who missed the AMA can come back and find it. And then Monday night, I had mentioned just for sure, like there may be that space with Caesar in the interim, like he just kind of opens up randomly, so I don't really know a ton of time ahead of time. But yeah, Monday night, 1 p.m. for you, where you're at, it's 8 p.m. Eastern time for everybody else is when we have meme culture. So I can't wait to have you there. Again, really deep Shiba community over there with CoinMerge. So I definitely think you'll like it, and it should be a good networking opportunity.
Sweet, yeah. I'll be there. Sounds like fun.
Well, we'll chat in DMs, man. Really good vibes. Love the community. I'll pop into the Telegram myself tonight and hang out a little bit with the rest of the artists over there. And yeah, we'll just vibe. We'll see you
Awesome.
in the
Sounds
future
good.
for sure.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Cheers.